Today's video is testing 9 different types of eyewear to figure out the best type for your bike commute. Hey everybody, I'm Tom and this is Shifter, a channel about urban cycling, bike commuting, and the ways we get around our cities. Please consider subscribing or becoming a Shifter member or even signing up for my brand new bike commuting course. There's links in the description down below. Over the past few weeks, I've been trying out a whole bunch of different glasses, everything from high-tech smart glasses to ski goggles to just run-of-the-mill sunglasses, to try to figure out specifically the best type for bike commuting or using your bike for transportation in a city. Now, I tested each of them against these 7 categories. So let's get started ranking them from worst to best. So coming in at the bottom with only 31 points are workshop safety glasses. So I dug these out of my toolbox because I've heard some people tell me that they wear these on their bike commute and they love them. So I dug them out and well, I realized that they are designed with protection in mind. Cycling is definitely not their primary function. Where these glasses shine, of course, is in the protection category. If rock or debris is to hit you in the eye, these glasses will absolutely do the job. And where they fall down the most, I would say, is probably in the style department. Just riding around with workshop safety glasses feels a little weird. And with zero sun protection, I just gave them a 1 out of 10 in that category. They are definitely limited in use. Who are these glasses for? Well, despite being last on the list, I actually think there is a category of use for some people. If you're riding in the evening or at night and still want some eye protection, I think these are a pretty good option, especially if you're on a budget, because you can pick these up pretty cheaply at a hardware store. So in 8th place with 36 points is clear cycling glasses. Now, if you look at these and you think they look exactly like those workshop safety glasses I just showed you, I had the same thought. They're very similar actually, but these ones are specifically designed for cycling, so the shape and the fit is slightly different. I would say a little bit better than those shop glasses. Their strengths, well, they do offer pretty good protection, pretty similar actually to those workshop glasses, so that's great. So who are these for? Well, again, if you're commuting from dawn to dusk and you don't need the shade from the sun, but you are worried about getting debris in your eyes or wind in your eyes, these are a pretty good option. And I would say these are better than the workshop safety glasses for cycling because they will fit a little bit better, a little bit more streamlined. Sliding into 7th place with 44 points is ski goggles. Now, if you're wondering why on earth you would wear ski goggles while cycling, you don't live in a city with harsh winter because they are great in the winter time, which is why I even thought of doing this. So why would you wear these? Because they absolutely dominate in one category, and that is fog protection. I mean, this is why I started these in the first place, is if you're riding in a really cold day and the cold air is meeting the heat from your body, that can fog up even the best type of glasses. But ski goggles are built for this. They're tight against your face, they don't let the air in there, and they do better than anything else resisting fog. I wouldn't say they're perfect, but they're better than anything else you'll see. The downside, of course, is you have to wear ski goggles in the city, which seems weird. So who are these for? Well, I'd say this is a very specific use case for ski goggles on a bike, and that's if you're bike commuting in a cold winter day. They will absolutely keep the cold wind off your face, keep your face a bit warmer, and resist fog so you can see. So within that niche of riding, they are a great option. Beyond that, I'm not sure why you'd wear them. So coming in 6th place are regular old vision correcting eyeglasses. So for those of you who wear glasses for vision correction, you'll be happy to know that these came in the middle of the pack. They're certainly not the worst option out there, and you can ride pretty happily just wearing your glasses in most cases. Of course, they scored the highest in vision enhancement because that's what their job is. That's their job. Their only role is to make you see better. The downfall is, of course, sun shading. There's just no protection from the brightness of the sun, and fog. I hear complaints a lot of time from people who ride in colder weather that their glasses fog up, and so this is where they fall down a little bit. So who should use these? Well, if you can't see without them and your commute is quite short and maybe it's not too much of a sunny day or too windy, then I think you'll be fine with glasses. I think most people can ride with their eyeglasses most of the rides and they'll be just fine. But if you're riding in challenging conditions, maybe consider prescription lenses inside some of our higher ranked glasses that you'll see coming up. One final note is a challenge to all of you out there. If you wear glasses on your bike ride, what are your tips for keeping them from fogging up in the cold weather? Because I get questions like this all the time and I don't have a great answer other than putting ski glasses over top of your eyeglasses, which I know some people do and that works, but is there any other options out there? If you've got something, please share in the comments below because I know a lot of people struggle with fogged up glasses. Breaking into the top 5 with 46 points, smart glasses. Now for smart glasses, I tested Meta Ray-Bans. Now these come with a built-in camera that records photo and video. There are speakers right next to your ear, and they even come with AI enhancement, and they actually perform pretty well across most of these categories. Now, the feature that surprised me the most was the style. They just look like regular sunglasses, and I don't think most people would even know that you're taking pictures or recording video or listening to turn-by-turn directions while you're wearing them. That could be a good or a bad thing, but the style is pretty good. But of course, the reason I wanted to try these was the smart features. It has a voice-activated 12 megapixel camera that takes stills and video, and the quality is actually pretty good. Here's a few examples of the photos I took and some of the videos. I just found the weird thing about the video is that it only records in this 4:3 portrait aspect ratio, which sucks for YouTube videos, and I would say is not even that great for Instagram Reels, so it's kind of a weird choice to shoot that way. The best of these features I found was the audio. There's speakers built in right near your ear, and the audio was crystal clear on these. It felt really great if you're getting turn-by-turn directions or if you're on a phone call. Although I would say the microphone is the hardest part, because if you're riding a bike, the wind noise just makes talking into them or listening to somebody on a phone call almost impossible. They're fine while walking, but on a bike, it's pretty tough. They also have built-in AI, so you can ask it questions and even ask it things that you're looking at, and it will identify things for you. Although I will say it wasn't 100% accurate, whereas my eyes and my brain were 100% accurate, so there's that. I would say with like a lot of AI, it's like super impressive for the first day, but then the novelty wears off, and I found myself after a week or two barely even using it at all. Remember a few years ago when we all went out and bought those smart speakers thinking we'd do everything like shopping with them and everything, and then a month later all you're doing is asking it for the weather? Yeah, I kind of felt that about these glasses and their AI. So who are these for? Well, at around $300, they're among the more expensive of the ones I tested, and I'm not sure the extra price is worth the features you get. I mean, if you like the hands-free turn-by-turn directions, or you want to capture a photo or video of your commute, then yeah, maybe they're for you. Otherwise, I just found that the extra cost and the bells and whistles, I just wasn't using them that much on my urban transportation life. Coming in tied for the bronze medal position at 51 points are regular old sunglasses. And these sunglasses performed remarkably well in almost every category. They earned a perfect 10 out of 10 for sun protection, of course, because that is their primary function. You know, sunglasses basically are jewelry. They're a fashion accessory as much as sunglasses these days, so they scored well there also. Their main drawback, well, just like regular eyeglasses, the fog protection on these ones is not great, so that's something to think about. I actually thought these would perform higher because this is the kind of glasses I wear on most of my bike commutes, but there are some specialized features on some glasses coming up that just nudge them over the top. But I would say overall these glasses are pretty good. Who are these for? Well, if you're a commuter in fair weather or in the sun, these are a no-brainer. They will work absolutely for you. I'd also think about if you need to transition from the bike to the office or someplace where you're going without look like you're wearing cycling gear, this is a good option for you as well. Sharing the bronze medal goes to this helmet visor. Now this one was a surprise to me. I had never tried a helmet with a visor before. Now these surprised me how highly they scored because I felt a little bit ridiculous wearing this thing just to go to work. I mean, it was just a bike commute. It wasn't like I was in a race or something, but there are some features here that I found very impressive. So the visor attaches to the helmet and it actually sits off of your face, and I actually really like that. It gave great protection all around my field of vision, and being off of my face just felt a bit more comfortable. There's nothing sort of hanging off the bridge of my nose, which I didn't think about until it wasn't there. It felt good. And because it covers such a wide field of vision, it scored very well in protection and sun shading as well. The downside for me, of course, was style. I mean, I was just going to get groceries. I felt like I was cosplaying a time trialist in the Tour de France or something. So it didn't feel great wearing these, but the practicalities of it are pretty good. So who are these for? Well, I would say a couple of options. One is if you wear prescription eyeglasses, they can fit right under this visor. And this might work in the winter when it gets cold as well. It might resist some of that fog. There's a bit more airflow underneath these, so I think they'll resist fog pretty well also. I've also seen a lot of people wearing these on e-bikes or when they're going at a faster pace. If you're really worried about wind when you're going faster, getting into your eyes, these do offer pretty good protection there. And you can just snap them off and put them on top of your head if you don't need them in front of your eyes as well. So a surprise bronze medal for the helmet with visor. Taking the silver medal with 52 points is these mirrored sunglasses with built-in see behind you technology. So these glasses are a cool new idea from a company called Hindsight. And what they are basically is sunglasses that have a little mirror on the edge of each lens designed to help you see what's coming behind you. Now, because of that, I gave them a perfect 10 out of 10 for ride enhancement because they're specifically built for riding in a place where cars might be coming up behind you. They just feel like a great fit in a city, on a bike commute, or a transportation trip. They also scored pretty well in style. They just look like regular glasses, and sun protection, the polarization was quite good on these. So overall, I was quite impressed with these glasses. One thing to be aware of is it took me about a week to get used to having these mirrors on the glasses. They take a little bit of training to get your brain to stop turning your head all the time and actually use the mirrors the way they're intended. So there is a learning curve there. And if you're wearing a big hat or your hair is quite wide, do people have wide hair? Or you're wearing a hood or something, it can interfere with the mirrors. So bear that in mind. But if you're tired of turning your head to look behind you all the time, or if you have limited mobility in your neck, these can be a great option. Who are these for? Well, if you're riding a lot in the city and you worry about things sneaking up behind you, I think they are a great option. The best part is they just look like regular glasses and they feel pretty comfortable as well. Okay, and the ultimate eyewear for bike commuting, coming in first place with 53 points, drum roll, cycling glasses. What? What a shock. Now, if you watch this whole video just to see that cycling glasses were the best type of glasses for cycling, I gotta tell you, I was actually a little bit surprised. I have this mantra on this channel of normalizing urban cycling as a transportation form, and part of that for me is trying not to look like cycling. I like to dress for the destination and not the journey. I don't want to look like a cyclist, and so I was a little bit skeptical about cycling glasses. However, there are some features on these that make these perfect for bike riding. Imagine that. So why did they win? Well, these are racing glasses purposely built for cycling, so there's some little features that make them pretty great. The wraparound design blocks the wind and the peripheral glare. The specialized shape prevents sweat from dripping onto the lenses. The lightweight construction means you can barely feel them even on long rides. And for me, the secret weapon was fog resistance. Because they're pretty tight on your face, there is not a lot of like airflow in there, and so I actually think they do a pretty good job of keeping that warm air from getting up there and fogging them out on a cold day. So they perform well in a lot of categories. The one weakness I found was that they distinctly look like cycling gear. They look like athletic wear. And if you're fine, if that fits your style vibe, great, but if it doesn't, then that can be a limitation for you as well. There are also lots of options, and you can even get some where you can swap out lenses. You can put in a yellow lens, for example, for overcast days that gives you more contrast, or if you're riding at dusk, or for sunny conditions. There's lots of versatility within these, so these are great ones, and that's why they came out on top. So there you have it. There is the countdown. But here's the thing. Despite those cycling glasses being ranked #1, I actually found myself not using them all the time after I did this testing. I've fallen back on my regular old sunglasses or those mirrored glasses. And the reason for that is because when I'm riding for my bike, it's for transportation. And when I arrive somewhere, I just get off and roll through. And I felt a little self-conscious wearing those cycling glasses when I was not on the bike. And so if that's the condition you're in, then that's something to think about as well. But everybody's different. I try to give a little bit of information in each category about who these glasses might be for. And so hopefully with all that information, you can find glasses that will work for you. There's no right answer. Whatever enhances your ride, makes it easier for you to take your bike every day is a good thing in my book. So hopefully that was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.